So each of Henry VIII's successive wives was younger than the last. No, that's false.
I'm sorry, Amy, I normally hang on every digit, but these... What are you up to? Are you defacing Nigella Lawson on the Daily Mail?
I have a tradition when I'm on the right stuff, when I'm on with some lovely lady co-panellist, that I draw something on their notes at some point during the week.
And I said, no, he couldn't draw on my copy of the
It
Daily
looked like
Mail.
you were trying to put a bearskin on Nigella Lawson.
No.
OK. OK,
nice.
all right, OK.
Nice.
You just carry on. We'll do the show. OK. So, no one enjoys being dumped. Will you stop it? No one enjoys being dumped.
The high point was when I said, don't... I wouldn't let my children do that. He said, I'm not your child. I said, no, well, stop behaving like one then.
That is that's an insight into what it's like on this show when Larry's here. OK, so, children, gather round. Let's do this. So, no one likes to be dumped, but does it make a difference who you're dumped for? Would it hurt less if your man ran off with an older model than someone younger? Scientists at the University of Vienna believe men are biologically programmed to be attracted to younger women. Why? Because we assume they're more fertile, which makes going for the older model harder to understand. So maybe having your man trade you in for an older model rather than a younger one is a bit weird, yeah? A bit harder to handle. Rolling Stone Ronnie Wood, he went for the younger option, ditching 53-year-old model wife Jo for 20-year-old waitress Ekaterina Ivanova, while Ralph Fiennes dumped actress wife Alex Kingston, who was 34 at the time and just 1 year younger than him, for Francesca Annis, who was 19 years his senior and 57 when they met. Now, so far, the examples are of men leaving women, and I think we also need to find out what happens if the boot's on the other foot. Would any guys watching today feel gutted if they were dumped for a young stud or some doddery old guy? I actually don't think blokes would be bothered at all. David?
Well, I think if a woman ran off with someone older than me, it'd be 100.
Wouldn't it, right?
Right. Where'd you get him from? Get back to
I
the
find it hard
jungle.
to believe anyone would leave you, David, in the
Exactly,
first place.
of
I mean,
course,
that's,
I'm very honestly, thank you. But, you know, I suppose I would think he'd be more powerful, and I think that's probably, from a man's point of view, if your woman runs off with somebody more powerful, financially, probably...
Oh, now, OK, yes.
I might be a bit... He could destroy me, you know.
It's the stereotypes.
I'm the destroyer.
It's the stereotypes. The women would be upset. They wouldn't be surprised if he ran off with a younger woman, but they'd make a judgment. And I think you're right. A bloke would feel that if she ran off for someone richer and more powerful...
Oh, yes.
That would... I'll go with that.
Yes.
Matt?
I think it's whatever you perceive yourself as good at. Yeah, if then the next partner is better at that than you,
What about
you know.
sex? What are we talking about here?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't, unless you're stalking, really, you'd never know, would you? Really? But, you know, like, if I would be upset if my wife found someone that I thought was either funnier or chattier than me, and I think that's the thing, is because you would then think, oh, Christ, oh, God, she's found something even better. I also think that in blokes' minds, we see things through sort of 17-year-old eyes a lot of the time. So when we get to a certain stage, we just flick back to what we liked when we were 17 and that kind of... I think that's very real. But...
Yeah, I tell you what, I love the show because I love having a sudden thought, and I think David is right. I think it's not the age, it's the power and the status that would bother a bloke, and I think for the woman it's the age, because presumably the biological clock thing now.
I had my last baby at what? I was at 42 or something. I don't know.
You say the last baby, there's still time, Larry. Years and years of baby-making time.
The thing about dating a younger woman, of course, is they haven't heard all your jokes. You see,
no,
and they you know, it's all new to them.
But they don't understand your cultural references either.
No.
So if you said dollar, they'd say who?
Yeah. Lowry. That's what you mean.
This is my jungle again. I'm meant to go on a friendly show. I don't want your beds.
You watch this show. You know what it's like.
Let's throw it over to you guys. What is worse, to be traded in for an older or a younger model? And if there's blokes here, maybe if she left you for a more powerful man. Let's see what you have to say.
OK, we're going to start with the lady first. It's Yvonne on
Go on, then, before that, what about you, Amy?
Well,
What's
I just think
worse?
if he went for an older woman, I'd think, well, I'm not bothered because at least these are still facing the right way.
Right,
And if he went for a younger one, I just think, well...
That's the most important thing.
And if he went for a younger one, I think, well, you know, she's obviously dumb and stupid, so it's fine.
The win-win scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of hate email for that, aren't I? So, anyway, we've got Yvonne on line 1.
OK, Yvonne, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for giving us a call. What's worse, then?
I don't think either's worse. My situation's kind of strange because what my ex has done is basically repeated history. He's dating me 20 years younger. Quite literally, she is exactly like me.
That's, I think, verging on the creepy.
I don't think it's
Very
common,
much so.
It's so common, though. Don't you think we all tend to date the same person over and over again, Matthew?
Yeah,
Don't we?
Yes, we do, until we sort our heads out and acknowledge the fact and then change. Larry is referring to the fact that it was blonde, 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 blonde for about 25 years.
Not about physical, I'm talking about the personalities.
If you then discover that the mother looks exactly like that, his mother looks exactly like that, then you're really into Norman Bates territory, aren't you?
And just out of interest, Yvonne, have you ever talked to him about it? That his new love looks just like you did 20 years ago?
She doesn't just look like me. She is me. We have the same personality. We have the same view on life. We're both vegetarian. She's retrained to be a nurse, which I did at exactly the same stage in our relationship. He's having the same relationship, not just the same person. They are having, chronologically, the exact same relationship.
So he's reliving his youth?
Yes.
All over again?
If I was her, I'd be worried. Yvonne, thank you for the call. Let's have another.
OK, we've got a lady called Liz on line 4.
Morning, Liz.
Hello?
Hello, Liz.
Hi.
Hi there. So what's worse, to be dumped for an older model or a younger model?
I think... Well, I wanted to tell you about my experience.
Go on, then.
My husband left me for an older woman who was 12 years older.
Well, thanks for the story, Liz. That's really helped the programme along. Bless you. Thank you. I wonder why. OK, no, that's a bit mean. It's a joke. It's a joke. Light-hearted fun, banter, bit of banter. We've got to take a break. Andy Hudson's still to come, of course. First, though...
Take a break.
It's your bad influence. It rubs
Not my
off.
fault. Don't blame me.
It rubs
It's
off.
these
I'm
two.
infected.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you two.
It's all...
You two.
Yeah.
We were getting along fine.
No,
We weren't
don't
rude to
you
anyone.
dare.
We weren't rude to anyone. Listen, we've got to say goodbye to the panel. First of all, to the amazing David Van Dale.
Thank you.
What a star. I would like to say, best of luck with the Christmas single, Biff Baff Boff, but I can't tell a lie. It just sounds an awful idea.
It's going to drive you nuts.
Please don't do it.
Well, it's done. It's done. It's coming out. Well, we got you in the video.
Larry and Matt, we'll see you tomorrow. Give it up for the panel, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic stuff.